What's going on, guys? Welcome to the fish room. Today's gonna be a little bit of an update on the room. A couple random things. We got some plecos I need to move out. Tomorrow morning I'm selling fish to the pet store and to a local sale. So let's go through, let's look at what I have, what's going out, and what's gonna take their place in the tanks. I'll just start over here. So the first thing that's gonna be going out to the store are some of these germ blue rams. I only have maybe 20 left of this size, and I have a lot more that are younger that need this tank. So these germ blue rams will be going to the pet store, and I have a pair going to a customer. I believe they're getting them later on, but they can get the smaller ones or they can get these. They're both gonna look nice. So that's the first thing going out. Down here I've showed my adult bristlenose pleco tank. So I have males and females. These guys are all 3 inches or larger. I put them on my website for sale. I've had some contacts about it, but to be honest, I get more money online, but it's such more of a hassle fasting these fish, shipping and worrying about cold weather this time of year. So these plecos will be going out to the store. They're gonna get at least 10 of them. He said he'd take them all, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna get about a dozen. I wanna save a few for other sales and for future breeders, but who knows? I mean, I have that real big, kind of like monster pleco, I called him, in the back. Hesitant to sell him, and for kind of a like wholesale pricing, but those guys are going out tomorrow. This is kind of a whole mess of plecos. I've showed these guys hatching out, or I think I showed them. If you guys want to see that video, it's gonna be real short. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do it. I just did a ram video, and it's real just sketchy, but I mean, you can see the fry over here. You have those rams that are still developing. I did a video, and I think it's cool, but it's kind of just some like raw footage. But these plecos are doing well. I'll do a little water change on these guys tonight. There's had the air stone, but they're ready to go into a tank. They're starting to feed already. So I plan on moving them into this 29-gallon aquarium. Right now it's currently housing my discus possible pair, but I'm actually selling them on Sunday. So today is Thursday night. Tomorrow I'm selling fish to the store and to a customer, but these discus are going to a friend on Sunday. So those plecos are gonna hang tight till Sunday. They'll go in here. I'm gonna put some female guppies in there, or males. I'm not sure what yet, but I know it's gonna be a gender specific guppy sale / grow out tank. So those guys will go over there. These rams here are getting crowded. They're gonna go down to a 20-gallon tank over here. So these guys will go into the 55. So these are those 3-month-old germ blue rams, starting to color up nice, super active, always hungry, doing really good. I'm definitely happy with this growth rate and that spawn. So these guys will go to that 55 I showed once I sell the rams. Once these are out, those smaller smaller rams will go in there. In here I'm gonna hold back some of the reds for future projects. Basically, not even size, not like the biggest ones, but the darkest reds, like that one up there is kind of nice. There's maybe a few that catch my eye. They're gonna be the nicest of the reds. They're gonna be holdbacks, and they will go in this tank down here. I'm gonna sell these common plecos and albinos that are like 2 inches or so. I'm gonna sell those, probably gonna get about a dozen. They'll go to the pet store. The reds will go down here for grow outs, and the rest of the reds in here, everything I can catch that is over 1 inch long or big enough, I think, that is ready for sale and that'll eat well and do well in their larger systems, will go to the pet store. So they're getting those big bristlenose plecos. They're getting a handful, maybe 15 or 20 of the larger germ blue rams. They're getting some super reds. They're getting some of those commons and albinos down there. A customer of mine is going to be getting, I believe, 2 rams and a whole assortment of guppies. Let's see if I can find some that I'm selling. He wanted, and I might be saying this wrong, I have it all written down, but he's gonna get like 6 plecos, which will be some from that mixed tank, or they'll be from in here, where I have more of the commons and albinos that are a good 1 to 2 inch size. He's getting those. He's gonna get some babies of the purple deltas. Here's kind of a breeding trio in here with some babies. There's a pair front and a female in the back with those fry hanging out that are growing slow but surely. I think he's getting some yellow half blacks. I'll probably catch them from this tank. Those are doing good. He likes those. Here's those purple deltas up here. He's getting some of those. Probably coming from this tank. So if you're watching, Kelly, those are your guppies that you'll be getting tomorrow. These guys are going to keep growing out, but that's that same strain. He also is going to get some assorted guppies, which will come from the sale tank below. And there's a lot of cool ones in here. There's some nice fancy cobras. Like I said, I have the list written down. Everything he asked for I have, and if not, I told him otherwise. And what I do have, he'll be getting some reds. Probably not from this tank unless there is assorted mix. They may come from this 40 going above, which I really need to do and go through, catch out my nicest trio or pair, move them to a tank, and then stop breeding in this tank and just grow them up to a certain size, move them to the sale tank, and then leave whatever's left and grow them out and then sell them, so I can kind of restart this, because it's really hard to breed them and be consistent when you have 3 or 4 generations in a tank, all of different sizes, adults, sub-adults, babies, juveniles. So that tank's gonna get redone here shortly. What else? I'm just gonna walk around and show you some of the tanks. Let me think if I'm catching everything. It's gonna be a quick update today. Moving those plecos out once I sell the discus. I'm gonna get my numbers down on my adult plecos. I'm gonna free this tank up of the rams. Hopefully my new pair of reds will breed in here. You can see the male's nose sticking out in there. Let's see. I think you might have the female in there with him. I can't tell. If they breed here shortly, that'll be awesome, because I do have some babies. Let's look at some baby super reds. In here, I showed these briefly in another video. Right there, you got a brand new baby. There's a big boy, and then a little baby, lots of little babies. So we're probably coming through that top hole. And I also have another tank in here of them breeding. I'm gonna start feeding these a lot more to get them going. These guys are older right there, but check it out in the back. Just spotted those recently. So that's another new generation of the super reds. And what I think I'm gonna start doing a lot more of, maybe in all my tanks with the guppies and the plecos, I'm gonna let fish breed in an aquarium, and instead of catching the babies or growing the babies with the parents, before the babies hit sexual maturity, I'm gonna go ahead, hopefully, ideally, like see here's an example. These are those mixed guppies. They're actually coming out pretty nice, so it's hard to tell yet, but it seems like they all have good tails. Some are almost like a yellow half black, which is kind of cool. Some are more of like a cobra, but all their body shapes look nice. There's nothing like real bland colors, even though they're young. But here's an example. Like I had obviously a female in here, had her babies, or I caught them from a breeder tank, put them in here, and that's all there is. So I'm gonna grow these up, pick next generation pairs and breed them somewhere else, or just sell the entire tank. And then something like this with younger babies, that pair of fancy guppies, they're still breeding, they're still doing well. They will get moved over into a tank like this. They will drop more fry, and then I'll let them grow for a little bit. And then these fry that were already in there for a month or so, they're gonna keep growing. I'll repeat that process, sell those guys with no parents, just the babies growing out. Parents will be here breeding, and that process can repeat. So parents in there have babies, take the parents out, move them to an open tank. Those babies eventually grow up to sale size, sell them, and then move those parents back into that tank or to another tank that's free. So that's kind of the idea. I'm gonna do it with the plecos too. I think that's gonna be really nice for the plecos. So this tank here, I said I was gonna add those grow outs of the super reds. Another thing I could do if I didn't have them and I sold the rest of these guys, like those plecos there, I could just put another pair in here, For example, like I just said, those reds have those new babies. So they've just bred recently. They have at least 2 generations of plecos in here. So those will grow. I'll move the parents into a new tank where they can breed. Less food competition, a lot more organized on what fish are in there. So whenever it's time to sell, I'll be like, okay, these fish are all 4 months old. I can sell all of them, not have to pick through 4-month-old, 3-month-old, 2-month-old babies, stirring up the tank, moving the parents. It's gonna be a lot more organized that way. It's kind of how you do the rams, but it's a lot easier when they lay eggs and you remove them and you have to do it, or I like to do it that way, and they all grow up consistent. So this is a whole tank of sale, but say germ blue rams were live bear, which they're obviously not, I would have smaller rams in here and I'd have big rams in the corner in their cave, and it's just a lot of mix. Like here I can go and just get a net full of them, look at them closely in a container, sell all the ones that are good quality, which all these are looking good, and then I can just kind of have a sale tank, which is really nice, and I want to do it with all my fish, my plecos and guppies. But I think that's about it for the fish room. Obviously that angel tank I've talked about before, when you walk in right away, you're like a tank full of fish that are big, you can see. People that know nothing about fish that I show them my fish, friends and family, they walk up and like, oh, it's a really cool tank, and I mean, it's kind of an eye grabber. I think I'm gonna go ahead and maybe get another pair of these guys. I'm gonna kind of hand pick a pair, breed these guys again here shortly, and grow up a group of fry. I really like some of these white and black ones. I think those are cool. They're like a marble. I don't know the right name for them. This guy's really cool. He's always been one of my favorites since he was a baby. Hopefully he grows some more and catches up. He's younger, so that's why he's smaller. He's not stunted, but not getting great quality here today, but that's okay. But the angels are doing good. They're cool. They caught my eye, like I said, so I'm showing you those. But I think that about wraps up. I just want to do a quick update, do a quick video. That's what's new in the fish room. That's what I'm doing tomorrow and on Sunday. So this weekend it's real busy. I got a new customer that I'm maintaining their tank. They actually have a saltwater tank, so I'm gonna kind of dip into saltwater a little bit with my maintenances. I try to stay away from it, but he's a really cool tank. He's really close and local, and I don't want to talk myself, but I have experience in all fresh and saltwater. I worked at a pet store for 2 years, and we did a lot of both. I focus more on the freshwater because that was kind of more of my niche, but I know a lot about both, and I know water chemistry, so that's another guy I'm going to maintenance his tank and hopefully become a new customer. So that's exciting. It's always nice to work with someone new, get a new customer, and just to meet more people in the hobby and just check out how their setup is, how they do it. That's really cool. But I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and you like just kind of updates on what's going on in the fish room as of today, what the future plans are, if there's other videos you want me to talk about, go ahead, comment below, hit that notification bell so you know when I do post new videos. But thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos.